Now I want you all to stop whatever you're doing right this minute. Set down whatever's in your hands. Mute every little beep and buzz. Close out them other tabs. This ain't just some casual video to pass the time. No, sir. There ain't no accidents in the kingdom of heaven. And the very fact that your eyes are fixing on these words right now, that's the clearest sign something way bigger than chance is at work all around you. Archangel Michael himself has wrapped a shield round this message, and let me tell you, the enemy has fought tooth and nail to keep you from getting here. Just think on it for a second. How many distractions tried dragging you away in the last few minutes? The sudden itch to check your phone, the ruckus in the next room, that voice whispering, "This ain't worth your time." That ain't happening by chance. That's a spiritual ambush, designed to keep you blind just a bit longer. 'Cause the dark forces know once you hear what's about to be laid out, their hold on your life breaks for good. You ain't here by accident. No, sir, you're here 'cause heaven sent out an emergency call with your name written plain as day, and Archangel Michael, the warrior himself, has been sent to deliver it before that window closes, and it's closing, y'all. You feel it too, don't you? That knot in your belly, that deep down knowing that something huge is fixing to change, that the very ground beneath your feet is shaking with what's on the horizon. You've felt it for days, maybe weeks now. This unshakable sense that you're standing right on the edge of something mighty, even if you can't quite see it yet. That ain't anxiety or stress. That's the buzz of a divine shift so strong, even your body's starting to notice. Right now, Archangel Michael stands guard at the threshold of your next chapter, sword drawn and wings spread wide. He's cutting through every roadblock, every curse, every chain passed down through generations, every lie wrapped round your destiny like a serpent trying to squeeze the very life out of your purpose. But here's what the enemy don't want you to know, the part that's been kept hidden, the truth that flips everything on its head. Yes, you're in danger, but not the kind you think. The real danger ain't that something bad's coming for you. No, the danger is that you nearly missed the greatest breakthrough of your whole life because the enemy talked you into believing God had forgotten about you. That's the real threat. That's the peril Michael's warning you about. Not an outside attack, but a quiet surrender inside, a slow giving up of the very faith that's carried you through every storm you've already come out the other side of. Baby, you've survived storms that should have wiped you out. You know it. You carry scars no one sees, wounds no one asks about, battles no one claps for. You walked through the fire and kept on walking. Folks who called themselves family betrayed you, slept under your roof, ate at your table, and still you found the strength to open your eyes when the sun rose again. You've cried in silence so many times, your tears carved invisible rivers down your face, rivers only heaven's eyes have ever seen, and heaven sees every one of them. Heaven's counted each drop, and now, right this very moment, the payback's begun. But before that payback fully shows up, I need you to understand something most folks never do. Why your suffering was so specific, so targeted, so personal. It wasn't random. Those betrayals weren't just bad luck, that dry spell with money, not poor planning. The loneliness, no flaw in who you are. The illness that showed up without explaining, the relationships that fell apart out of nowhere, the doors that slammed shut just as you were ready to step through, none of that was natural. You've been under a carefully planned spiritual siege, laid out by powers that saw your calling before you even knew you had one. Let that truth settle deep down in your heart. The enemy spotted your light when you were still lost in the dark, and he sent his best weapons, not to kill you, because he can't touch what God sealed, but to slow you down, wear you out, suck every bit of hope from your soul until you'd lay down that sword you were born to carry. Think about the folks who hurt you the worst, the ones whose betrayals cut deepest. Weren't they the ones you loved most, trusted with all you had, the ones you'd have given your last breath for? That ain't no coincidence. That's a tactic. The enemy always strikes closest to home because he knows a stranger's wound heals quick, but a loved one's cut festers for years. So you've been walking round with open spiritual wounds, bleeding out faith, joy, the very essence of who you were meant to be, all the while thinking life was just being unfair. But it wasn't just life. It was war. And you, my friend, were the main target. You feel that truth sitting heavy in your chest right now, don't you? Something shifting inside as the scales fall from your eyes, letting you see the whole blueprint of the attack that's been running against you for years, maybe decades. That tired feeling ain't normal exhaustion. It's the weight of fighting a war you didn't even know you were in, taking hits you couldn't see, holding a line you didn't know you were standing on. And yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still searching, still believing just enough to open this message today. That last spark of faith, that tiny ember that refused to die no matter how many floods the enemy sent to drown it out, that right there is the most powerful force in the whole universe right now. And that ember? It's about to blaze into a wildfire. And this is what Archangel Michael wants you to know. As you hear these words, there's a mighty mobilization happening in the heavens like you ain't seen in years. This ain't just fancy talk or flowery words. The spiritual atmosphere around you is shifting this very second. Angels assigned elsewhere have been rerouted straight to your corner. Warring spirits under Michael's command have set up a perimeter round your home, your money, your health, your relationships. That strange electricity you've felt lately, that can't quite put your finger on it, feeling that something big's about to break loose, that's the spiritual weight around you changing. The heaviness you've been carrying ain't getting worse. It's being squeezed, pushed to its limits because it's fixing to burst open and clear the way for something brand new. Up in heaven's courts, a case the accuser brought against you has been thrown out. The evidence they used to keep you in this long season of suffering, null and void thanks to the blood covenant covering your life. The dark's legal hold over parts of your story? Revoked. The eviction notice already served. That's why strange things have been happening around you lately. That's why folks who once ignored you are suddenly taking notice. That's why enemies sitting comfortable in their spots are feeling restless and on edge. They can sense the shift, even if they don't know how to explain it. Now listen here, y'all. The whole spiritual setup that kept folks ahead is falling apart, and deep down they know it even if their mind won't admit it. Michael's sword is cutting through layers of resistance built up over your family line for generations. Deals signed in the spirit world by ancestors who didn't know what they were getting into are getting torn up. Altars set against your family name are crumbling down. Wells of blessings sealed by witchcraft and envy are breaking open. And the blessings about to flow so full, you ain't got enough containers to hold it all. The angels ain't just fighting for you. They're fighting to restore what was stolen, multiply what was lost, and speed up what was slowed down on purpose. Every year those locusts destroyed is being added back up, and the payback from heaven comes with compound interest. You ain't just going to get back what you lost, you're going to overflow. Now this right here is what you need to hear more than anything else, 'cause it's the key that unlocks everything Michael's doing for you. See, there's a reason folks have kept this knowledge hush-hush. Most people go their whole lives never knowing the weapons at their disposal. The 7 swords of Archangel Michael ain't just some metaphor, they're real spiritual tools, each one made for a specific battle, a certain kind of chain, a particular curse. When you learn how to activate them through prayer, declarations, and getting in line with God, the results hit fast and can't be undone. That's exactly what the digital book, The 7 Swords of Archangel Michael, the sacred guide to breaking curses, sealing blessings, and activating the calling of the chosen, was written to reveal. This ain't just a book. It's a spiritual manual nearly silenced, 'cause it tears down the very walls holding folks in bondage. The link to get it's pinned at the top of the comments. And if this message has stirred something in your soul, if you feel that fire lighting up inside, type in the comments, "I am chosen, and I will download the digital book." That declaration alone sets something in motion the enemy can't stop. Do it now, before doubt creeps in and tries to tell you this can wait. It can't wait. The window Michael's opened won't stay open forever. Now listen close, 'cause this next part goes deeper. The very moment you decided to keep watching, the moment you fought the urge to scroll on by, something broke in the spirit world. A chain link snapped. You might not have heard it with your ears, but your spirit felt it. A sudden lightness, a clear moment in the fog that's been clouding your mind for so long. That wasn't your imagination. That was the first layer of your chains falling off. And with every layer gone, more of who you really are shines through beneath all that pain, doubt, fear, and weariness. You've been living way below who you're meant to be. The version the world sees is just a shadow, a small echo of the person God made you to be. You ain't that broken soul crawling through each day, hoping for a little mercy. No, you're a powerful spiritual weapon that the enemy tried to shut down through lies, hurt, and taking away your self-awareness. But just 'cause you were put on the shelf, don't mean you're destroyed. A weapon on the shelf is still a weapon. It just needs to be picked up, cleaned off, sharpened, and aimed again. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Archangel Michael ain't just fighting for you, he's waking you up. He's reminding your spirit of its original design, the divine code written into you before your first breath, the frequencies woven into your DNA by a creator who don't make mistakes or waste a thing. Every trial you faced, every wound, every failure, every dark night wondering if the sun would rise again, it was all fuel. The enemy meant it for poison, but heaven turned it into rocket fuel, and the ignition's been lit. You're about to blast off into a new level of life you ain't never seen before, and the speed of this change will shock all those who thought they had you figured out. Folks who wrote you off will stumble over their words. Those who walked away will turn around to see you've risen beyond their reach. The ones who laughed at your dreams will be silent when those dreams show up bigger than you ever imagined. The turnaround's here. The break you've been begging God for, the breakthrough you whispered in your deepest prayers, it's arrived. But it ain't come in the way you expected. You were looking for it in a job offer, a phone call, a knock on the door. But God wrapped it in a revelation, in an awakening, a thunderous breaking of the lies the enemy told about who you are. That breakthrough ain't something that just happens to you. It happens inside you and then spills out to every part of your life. When your inside world shifts, your outside world has no choice but to follow. That's a universal law, whether you believe it or not. And the shift taking place in your spirit right now is sending ripples that'll touch your money, your health, your relationships, and your purpose in days, not months, not years, but days. Heaven don't keep time like this world does. When God says a season's changed, reality bends to it. You've been living through a winter so long you forgot what warmth feels like. You got used to the cold, built ways to survive the ice. You told yourself this was just how life would be and tried to find peace inside that prison. But you weren't meant to find peace in a prison. You were meant to break out. And that prison door just swung wide open. Don't just sit there staring at it in disbelief. Don't let the enemy fool you into thinking it's a trap. Stand up. Walk on through. The light on the other side is blinding, not because it's dangerous, but because your eyes have been in darkness so long that the glory of your new season is almost too much to take in. Let it wash over you. Let it burn away every last piece of that old season till all that's left is the pure, true essence of who God made you to be. Now hear this with your spirit's ears, not just your fleshly ones. Provision's coming. Not just a little, not just enough to get by, but abundance that'll change how you see lack forever. The financial chains that held you back are being torn down by angelic hands right now. Debts that hovered over you like vultures circling a wounded animal are getting dealt with supernaturally. Opportunities that were rerouted away from you, blocked by spiritual interference, are coming back with interest. You're about to receive money you didn't work for. Not because you're lazy, but because God's showing that His provision ain't limited by your effort. Doors are opening up in places you never even applied to. Now listen here, folks. People are going to come at you with offers that don't make no sense at all, ain't no logic behind them. And when you ask why they picked you, they won't have no straight answer. That's 'cause it ain't from this natural world. It's something higher, something heavenly pushing them to give you what's been set aside just for you. And along with fixing your finances, your body's getting healed too. That ache you've been carrying, the one them doctors couldn't rightly explain, the one that wakes you up in the dead of night whispering that something's off. Archangel Michael's laid his hand right over that spot, and the healings have begun. Your cells are getting reprogrammed, your whole system's getting set right again. The enemy tried to rush your biological clock, but God's setting it back to His perfect timeline, longer, stronger, and full of life beyond what any doctor predicted. Now about those folks who laughed at you, who just stood by watching you struggle, who spread rumors and cheered your falls. Justice is coming for 'em. Not the kind you gotta dish out yourself, 'cause vengeance ain't your job. No, sir, this is divine justice. The kind that shows up unexpected and flips a whole life upside down in one fell swoop. You don't need to wish 'em harm, or even think about 'em no more. Heaven's got every sneer, every whisper, every hurtful deed recorded, and the court's already made its decision. Your job? Step into your new season, and let your rise be the loudest thing you ever say. This here moment, it's what separates the chosen from the curious, the ones who are all in from the ones just dabbling. All that you've heard so far has been leading up to this, where knowing turns to doing, and learning turns to power. The 7 swords Archangel Michael carries, they ain't just for angels. They're meant for folks like you who bear the mark of the chosen, whether you see it or not. There's a digital book called The 7 Swords of Archangel Michael. the sacred guide to breaking curses, sealing blessings, and activating the calling of the chosen. It shows you exactly how to unlock each sword's power with specific prayers. This ain't no theory or debate. It's a practical, step-by-step plan to tear down every stronghold, seal every crack, and awaken the full calling that's been asleep inside you. The link's in the very first pinned comment up top. Every second you wait is a second the enemy uses to rebuild what Michael's torn down. So go on and comment now, saying, "I am chosen, and I will download the digital book." And watch how the whole air around your life shifts before you even finish typing that. Saying it out loud is a weapon all by itself, and the enemy shakes when a chosen one finally grabs hold of the truth. Now, with your spirit wide awake and your heart strong, get ready for what's next. The season you're stepping into ain't like any your kinfolk have ever seen. This ain't no hand-me-down blessing or recycled miracle. This is a first-generation, custom-made, heaven-tailored season of plenty, made just for you. Nobody else can wear it or carry it. It fits your life just like a key fits a lock, perfect and purposeful. In this new season, confusion fades away. That fog that made every choice feel impossible, that mental freeze that had you stuck in the middle, that can't hear heaven clearly feeling, it all clears up quick, like a light flicked on in a dark room. And with that clarity, you'll see the path that was always there, just hidden behind the smoke of your battles. You'll know what to do, when to move, who to trust, and who to let go. The wisdom that's been asleep inside you wakes up strong, and deception won't stand a chance in your life no more. Folks who come to you with hidden plans will get called out before they even speak. Tricky opportunities will show their true colors before you take a step. And heaven's doors will shine with a peace no fake can match. In this season, your sleep changes too. No more nightmares, no more 3 a.m. worries gripping your heart. You'll lay your head down and rest so deep, so sweet with God's peace, you'll wake up feeling like a whole new person. And you are a new person. Each morning in this new season peels away one more layer of the old you and reveals the masterpiece underneath. Your words carry weight now. When you speak, things move. When you pray, heaven answers faster than you expect. When you declare something, the whole atmosphere shifts. This ain't pride, it's just alignment. When a chosen one steps fully into who they are, the authority they've always had kicks in, and the whole universe knows the rank you hold. So now seal it. Everything spoken over you in this message, every promise, every declaration, every angel's assignment, must be sealed with an act of faith so bold and unapologetic that even hell knows you ain't up for defeat no more. You don't seal it by being perfect, but by being willing. You don't seal it by understanding it all, but by trusting the one who does. The faith you need ain't the kind that moves mountains on the first try. It's the faith that keeps walking to that mountain, even when your legs are weak and tears blur your sight. It's the faith saying, I don't fully get this, but I know who's behind it, and I'm putting my trust in him over anything I see with my own eyes. That's the faith Michael honors. That's the faith that unlocks heaven's full power in your life. Right now, in the quiet of your heart, make that choice. Not some feeling that fades come morning, but a solid bedrock forever choice that no matter what next week throws at you, no matter how the enemy fights back, no matter who questions your mind when you start walking different, you're all in. You're committed, you're chosen, and you know it. And nothing in heaven, on earth, or under the earth will make you think otherwise. The digital book with the 7 swords is waiting on you. The link's in the first pinned comment. Ain't no coincidence it's still there. Folks have tried to bury it under algorithms and distractions, but it's still here, 'cause what God preserves, no system can destroy. So go on and comment now. I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. And let that be the moment you decide to stop just getting by and start reigning. And now receive this last blessing with open hands and a heart wide open. In the name of the Most High and under Archangel Michael's mighty wings, I declare over your life a blessing that won't be undone, protection that can't be broken, and a purpose that can't be stopped. From this moment on, you walk as the chosen one you've always been. Every curse spoken over you by jealous tongues is sent back to 'em 7 times over. Every dark contract against your destiny burns up in holy fire. Every chain, seen or unseen, that's held you back shatters like glass under the weight of God's power. Your finances are blessed. Money's coming to you from places you never even dreamed of, and that spirit of poverty that's been hanging over your family for generations, well, it's done gone and packed up for good. Your health? It's blessed, friend. Every part of you, every organ, every cell, every bit of your body is listening to the call of healing, and your youthful fire is rising again, just like an eagle soaring high above a storm. Your relationships, they're blessed too. The right folks are drawing near to you like they're pulled by some divine magnet, and the wrong ones? They're being gently but firmly shown the door, not with fuss or fight, but with peace and clear closure. Your mind is blessed as well. Those thoughts that kept you up at night, those memories playing over and over like a worn-out record of shame and regret. They're getting replaced with truth, with peace, with a deep knowing that holds you steady through every storm. Your children are blessed. Your whole family line is blessed. The generations coming after you, they'll walk in a richness of spirit so deep they won't ever know the kind of poverty you endured, because you broke that cycle. You did. Right here, right now, with this act of faith. With this choice to stop believing the lies and start living in the truth. Archangel Michael, he's standing right there beside you as you rise. He ain't carrying you because you don't need carrying. You ain't no helpless victim waiting on rescue. You're a warrior getting fired up again. He's standing with you, shoulder to shoulder, because that's what the chosen are. Warriors who forgot who they were but now remember, with a power that shakes the very foundation of the enemy's kingdom. You are remembering. You are rising. You're stepping into the fullness of a call that was written in the stars long before this world even came to be. And nothing, not a single thing, can stop what God started in you today. So go on now. Go with fire running through your veins and purpose in every step. Go knowing that every angel assigned to your breakthrough is already in place. Go knowing the battle's already been won, and you're just walking into the victory that was secured for you before you even knew you needed it. The door is open. The path is clear. The time is right now. Step through and never, ever look back.